What is up and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a first look and unboxing of a new pickup, which is from the brand Li-Ning, specifically the Gamma 1. So for those of you not familiar, this is like one of Li-Ning's top performance basketball shoes. I don't know exactly when it first came out, maybe last year in 2024, but they're very expensive. So I don't even know how to get it for retail, but if you check StockX, it lists retail as $299, which is like, what? That's crazy. So yes, a very expensive sneaker. And in one of my previous videos, I mentioned I might be in the works of acquiring this shoe, and I have since acquired it. So I did pay for these. They were used. I think they were worn once, but in very, very good condition. So I was like, you know what? I'll do it. 235 shipped. So a very good price. And I was like, you know what? I am very interested to see if the Kobe 6 Pro can be dethroned as my favorite performance sneaker for volleyball or basketball or jumping, whatever, dunking. So without further ado, well, actually, let's take a look at the box. So we have a red and gold box. I don't even know what logo this is, to be honest, because I've never seen it before. And then on the side, it says the code as well as professional basketball shoes. And then a picture of the shoe. So I got pretty much the all red colorway. And I think you can get these on like Poison, which is kind of like GOAT, where you can buy like shoes that you can't get here, and they might be new or used. And the last I checked, for like the white colorway, $275 for a men's 9.5. The mango colorway, which is like all yellow, also like $268. That's before like tax and shipping. So it's like you're gonna be paying over $300 after tax and shipping. So it's definitely very expensive. All right, first look, what do we have here? All right, so this is what I was talking about, Poison. I did get this from a reseller, so this might be like, is this resale technically? I don't know. $299 retail, used $235. I don't know how you want to characterize that, but this is the authentication certificate from Poison. Not sponsored, but hit me up if you want to sponsor me. Without further ado, we have the Li-Ning Gamma 1. And the first thing that definitely jumps out that a lot of people talk about is the weight of the shoe. Like, wow, this is very, very, very light. So I'm pretty sure this is like the lightest basketball shoe I have. Oh, what else do we have in here? I think these are like the Poison tags and then some paper. That's pretty much it for the box. And it says, explore the unknown on the front of the box there on the tag. And I did take a look at the shoes already, so it says that on the heel as well. But here is the pair. Very loud colorway. I was gonna go for all white or the all yellow, but the one who sold me these shoes had this colorway, which honestly pretty loud. But I'm not that mad at it. I mean, I own other red shoes, like my Serious Player Only shoes, my Jordan 34s, all red. And then the reverses that I picked up a couple weeks ago, all red. But man, they're very loud, very clean, and very, very light. So I did pick up my two other lightest shoes, so we'll see what is actually the lightest. So let's turn this on. So we have the Kobe 8 Pro Venice Beach colorway, weighing in at 12.17 ounces. All right, then we have Serious Player Only, Player 1 Plus, with the explosive midsole in there. 14.07. Wow, that's 2 ounces heavier? I'm kind of surprised. All right, 14.07, 12.11, I think. All right, the Gamma 1. 10.86 ounces, so it's over an ounce lighter than the Kobe 8 Pro and like 3 ounces lighter than the Player 1 Plus Serious Player Only. So definitely my lightest basketball shoe that I own now. So we can put this away. So that's definitely the feature that I'm like, wow, this is kind of crazy. But in general, like, am I gonna be able to tell like it's an ounce lighter than the Kobe 8s? Probably not. But in hand, you could definitely tell. Like, you don't need the scale to like know that these are for sure lighter. So getting into the features, so the upper is mostly like this synthetic mesh, which is very thin, but from reviews I've seen online, it's supposed to be very, very durable and very conforming to your foot. So it's supposed to feel like a second skin. So that's kind of the upper, nothing premium on the upper. There is some like outrigger shape on the lateral side of the forefoot, which I always like. And the traction does wrap onto the upper, which I like as well, even on the medial side and even on the heel. So that is a feature that I always enjoy. There is some more support on the lateral side here, probably like some TPU or plastic to prevent likely like, you know, your foot from pushing out of the shoe or, you know, rollovers. So a little bit of lateral support there. There is a external heel cup here, which I think is also some sort of plastic. It says carbon fiber plate. Is this carbon fiber? I don't know. It might be. And then there's also heel cup here on the lower portion as well. Is there an internal? It feels like there is an internal heel cup or heel counter as well. So a lot of heel containment and supports. As far as the medial side, not much here on the upper at least. And then you can very much tell that there's a lot of iridescent hits on the upper. So like this whole logo here, Li-Ning's logo, and then even on the top part, wrapping all the way around to the medial side. So a very shiny and loud shoe. And even these like plastic parts on the lateral side of the upper and the heel cup, also like a little bit of an iridescent sheen. And then looking at the laces, these are speckled with hits of gold diamonds, but also red. Are they thick? They feel actually pretty thin. So they're kind of similar to like the Kobe 8 Prochos as far as like lacing. And then for the tongue, let's see. They kind of look like the GT Cut 1 tongue. So a lot of perforations here, probably for like airflow and to save on weight. But is it thick? It's definitely thicker than the Kobe 8 Prochos, which is not saying much. Oh, maybe it's similar. I don't know. But it's not that thick, to be honest, but it feels thicker than the Kobe 8s. And is it thinner than these Player One Pluses? It feels it might be thinner. We'll see how the lace pressure is, but they might have added some more padding around where the lace pressure will be. Nope, doesn't really seem like it. So I don't know if that'll be an issue because I do crank down my laces and the tongue is gusseted. So it kind of is like a half booty halfway into the shoe. There is some attachment points in there. So it's not like a free floating tongue. So, you know, when you're playing and then your tongue kind of goes to the side, that is probably not going to happen too much. But let's see, full length boom on the midsole. It does feel pretty bouncy. So we'll see if it's bouncier than the Wild 10s because I did end up getting rid of those shoes. But honestly, it feels pretty good. Not sure how they'll feel on feet, but full length boom, can't really complain. And then so I already tried these on, but this is the insole that it comes with. Really thin, really flimsy. I don't like how like tacky this the top of the insole is because when I was trying them on like my wooden platform, your sock kind of moves with the insole. So your sock will like move with the insole, but your foot stays in place. So like your sock is getting wrinkled under your foot, which I don't really know if I'm describing that, but maybe you know what I'm talking about. So I'm probably gonna end up replacing these, but during the testing, I will definitely try them with the default insole. So Strobel board, there is like a kind of a pocket or like a hole in the middle of the shoe. So right here, there is missing material. And that's probably for the carbon core drive system. So there is a full length carbon fiber plate that runs from the heel all the way to the toe. And you can also see the carbon fiber kind of like peeking out on the lateral side of the shoe, as well as the medial side of the shoe here. So I like when designers do that. They kind of give you a sneak peek at the tech underneath the shoe. So like when you see a little bit of zoom exposed or things like that, I also really enjoy. So that's the cushion and the midsole. And then as far as the outsole, so you know what? You can't really go wrong with herringbone. So this is kind of like a radial herringbone pattern, which is kind of flat. Honestly, feeling in my hand, it doesn't feel that tacky, but a lot of people say this is like the greatest traction of all time. So we'll see once I hit the court how true that is. But yeah, radial herringbone pattern, the toe, forefoot, you kind of lose it in the middle of the shoe, but then it comes back at the heel. So this should be covered, you should be covered in all directions with this traction pattern at least. As far as a rubber compound, I don't know, it doesn't seem that crazy. Like this right here, like in my hand for the Player One Plus, this feels tacky and this traction is amazing. I don't know, we'll see if it is the greatest traction of all time, but wow. I'm kind of surprised I actually got a pair, so, but I couldn't really like turn it down for like $235 shipped. That's pretty good. I was checking eBay and I could not find anything under like $270. But then after like taxes and shipping, I'm pushing over $300. So I've never paid that much for a performance pair of shoes. This might be the most I've ever paid for basketball shoes. So part of me kind of like wants them to perform better than the Kobe 6s, just so that, you know, there's another shoe in contention in my rotation. But they're also really hard to get for a good price. So I don't know, it's kind of hard. You can watch Jeronmon's video, and he loves the shoe, but he even mentions in his video that I think his pair is like $500. So I don't really know what the retail price is, but if you check StockX, it says $299. So I think that's gonna do it for this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Was this a good pickup for $235 shipped, or did I fumble that? But either way, I'm excited to try them. So I will wear these in league next week, as well as my reverses for the first time. So all red shoes next week, and hopefully they perform. So that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.